Hi guys, Mrs. Thomas here today with Brighton and Danzy, and today we are going to be talking about how we can help others. So we're going to be tracing our hands and thinking about how our hands or maybe other things can help others. So how can we help other people? So you have some ideas?
Yeah. So our hands can you can shake hands and it can make someone feel good inside, or like if you have a friend that you're friends with, well, maybe you couldn't do this now because of COVID, but like maybe you can still do it virtually. If you have like a handshake, you can do like your special handshake, and that makes you and your friend feel good. But it could be like virtual.
That's a cool idea. So like maybe a nice greeting to make someone feel loved. What are some ways that you can think of to help others, maybe with your hands?
Well, two ways. You could give hugs and you could help others.
Okay, so
Like-
what's some, yeah.
Like, you could help them when they're hurt.
Okay, so you guys help your brother and sister a lot here at the house. So
Yeah.
what are some ways that we might help? Like if Maggie falls down, you might help her up.
Mm-hmm.
Or what do you do every morning for Walleye, our dog?
Oh, he's right here.
Yeah.
Here,
What do
his
you-
name.
what-
I make his breakfast every morning.
So that's a way that you help your family and you help him. So our hands can be really helpful, and I know that you guys at home help in a lot of ways too, and you do lots of things to help others. So we're going to think about those as we're tracing our hands, and then we're going to write some things inside our hands that we do to help each other. So we're going to try, if you have a smaller hand, you might be able to fit your hand on your paper 4 times. So that's what Danzy's going to do. I think Brighton might be able to do that too. I'm going to try to fit my hand on the paper maybe 3 times. So when we trace our hand, what do we need to make sure that we're doing with our hand as we trace with our pencil?
We need to make sure that if we need to erase, we don't mess it up, and it's like kind of hard to get your hands. It's like you
Good.
can get a little off based when you're going in through the cracks of your fingers. So
So it helps if you hold your pencil straight down and trace around the edge of your hand. Also, Danzy, when you're tracing your hand, are you wiggling it around or are you holding it really still?
I kind of have a little.
You're wiggling a little. Well, I think it really helps if we hold our hands still when we're drawing our hands. So I did mine, and I showed a little bit of overlap in my hands. I don't know if you can see that. So that was just a way that I made mine look a little bit different and interesting. Danzy's working on drawing her hand. She's on hand number 3. Brighton is working on his second hand. So as they're working, I'm going to go ahead and with my black marker, so you can use whatever coloring materials you want today, but I'm going to go ahead and trace or outline my hand. Now, you could start by drawing with your black marker or your, black crayon right away, but I like to try with a pencil first, and then I can trace with my marker. So what I did here, I'll show you guys, is I just traced my 2 hands like that. Okay?
Could I have the black now?
Sure. And so now what I'm going to do, awesome, these are looking great. What I'm going to do as they're still working on their hands, I'm going to think of 2 different things that I do to help others. And so I'm going to write those inside of my 2 hands. And I can write those kind of however I want to write them. And then the other thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to fill in my background. So this empty space here and here, I'm going to start to fill that in with some kind of small, interesting shapes and lines. So I think I'm going to do some hearts in one section. And so think about kind of maybe hearts, they always help us show love and caring. So I'm just kind of filling in one little section by drawing the same little heart over and over again. Okay, so I'll show you guys that. So I just did one little part with those hearts. So now I'm going to try to come up with something different to do over here. So what? Any ideas on like a little shape I might could do there?
Maybe you could do like some smiley faces.
Oh, some smiley faces, because maybe my hands, when I help others, it makes them happy. Would that be something good? So maybe I'll do some little smiley faces in another section. Are you ready to trace?
Yeah.
Do you want to use black, or are you going to use a different color? It's up to you.
I'll use.
And you guys can be working along with us. I think you know, but please feel free to work along with us. So we've traced our hands with pencil a few times, 4 if you can fit it, and then we traced it with a marker or a crayon, and then we're going to fill in our background spaces with some small shapes or lines. I think I'll do some maybe some curly lines at the bottom, because when I think of curly lines, they always make me feel happy and excited and energetic. So, and when I help others, I feel really happy too. And that makes me feel excited. So I'm going to fill in that space at the bottom with some curvy lines, and I'm going to keep working on my filling up my background. And then inside my hands is where I'm going to write my idea. So I'm going to say, I can help others by listening when they need someone to talk to. You share?
This is what I got so far.
Awesome. So now you want to start working in your background, adding some shapes?
And I wanted to say one of the idea you could use. You could draw like some hands and a person with it holding your hand, like, because it could help you. Like when you fell down and someone could pick you up on your background.
What should I draw?
Awesome. Okay. So I am going to show you guys. I wrote my things that I can do. I wrote I can help others by listening when they need someone to talk to. So that's not something I really do with my hands, but it is a way that I help my friends. If they, need someone just to listen, I can be there for them. And then I said I can help others by helping to carry heavy things when they need it. So if someone has a heavy thing to carry, like maybe one of my kids or a friend, I can help them carry that. So that's something I really do with my hands. So I'm going to trace those words in with markers, and I'm just going to keep working on this. Do you guys want to share yours before we move on? Or
Well, I'm not really ready. I'm still really into the design.
I can just
you go ahead. You go ahead.
I can just tell you a little about. Oh, maybe this is it, or I could just So here's the hands that I draw before, and I draw 2 red hearts, and this person smiling with a bright face.
So Brighton is going to add a line to divide up his 4 hands. And if you guys have 4 hands like this, then I would suggest that you do the same idea too. And that really is going to, may I show this? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's really going to help divide up the space so that he can put his 4 ideas in those 4 hands. So Danzy did that same thing too with a different color of lines. So I hope that you guys find a way to make this your own and have fun with it, and think about how helpful you are to your friends and your family and your loved ones, and how you are such a nice helper and you have a kind heart too. All right, take care guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.